Hello everybody. Welcome to Darkness in Dublin, the changing venue. As we are joined with the old legend himself, Prize the Lightning, as he is returned from the commoner meeting after separating ways from his fellow compatriots and team, as we'll say, approaches his caravan door and gently pushes open the door, sticking his big head in, looking around, almost seeing is a certain thing, certain person. Well, not waiting for him because it's not Grace. He knows he has to go back and check on Grace soon, but can't forget the other thing, important person in his life.
And yeah, sure, he'll probably pop open the door, stick his head in just in time to catch Bambi, who, among other things, doesn't have anywhere else to shower. So she's stepped out of the shower, is wrapped in a towel, has her hair kind of half dried. I've squeegeed it out as much as I can, but it's still damp and hanging around my shoulders kind of look. And so she has stepped out of the very small little kind of bathroom situation one generally has at a caravan, and was perhaps turning to head back towards the little bedroom there. About time the door opened and kind of gives a bit of a jump and a glance like, "Ugh," because towel. And I don't know who she expects it to be, but it's always startling.
Hello.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Oh, yes, I was about, doing my daily rounds.
Everyone was out. Kind of reaches up and rubs her hair idly.
I doubt that.
There's a shrug. I ended up hanging out with Aelin, so it was okay.
Oh, that's good. It's good. Good to know.
Didn't answer your phone. There's a
I was a
pout.
bit, I was a bit busy.
You're still a purely theatrical little pout.
I was just a bit busy, Had to go do a few things, keep an eye on a few things. In fact, he'll sit down and open the fridge and take out a beer and look it over. In fact, I went to see the Duke.
You did?
Oh, gee, oh, yes, I did.
What did you have to say to the Duke?
I went to see him about a few things.
Like what?
Well, the fact that if I do a certain job, I'm going to become a knight.
Oh, good.
I have to sort a few things out as well, but there's just a few things I need to do, and sure, look at it.
And seeing as, I mean, it's just rides, she'll, her toweled self will actually come over. And, she'll potentially even, like, snake under his arm to snag one of the beers for herself.
I have to find the fellow who was using cold irons as a weapon, the fellow that made the bomb.
She kind of startles a glance up.
I have to bring him in. Alive or dead.
Her expression just kind of firms the tiniest bit. She'll go ahead and stand up and reach out for the bottle opener because she can't do that shit with her hands. They're all soft and dainty and shit.
You just reach out and just clink the bottle off with his thumb.
Oh, thank you. Wouldn't that be really dangerous?
Might be. Heard he's knee deep in Bedlam.
I mean, they said Moirin was in Bedlam too, but she has her faculties pretty well.
Apparently, it's all the guilt after what he did.
At least he feels guilty.
It's not enough.
It's still something.
It's not enough. He felt so fucking guilty. Why isn't he owning up to his crimes?
Emotional people don't make good decisions.
Doesn't matter. If he truly felt remorse for what he did, he'd stand himself up and spread his arms out. Welcome to judgment.
She just kind of looks at him almost. It's not quite a hurt look, it's just appreciation for how harsh a perspective it is.
If he was a real man of honor, he would have, and showed his remorse, he would have gone to the Duke himself and lay bare his sins.
And there's no telling what he would do with enough time. But you're
Well,
not.
his time's up. His time's up. He's got to pay for what he's done. I'm not going to kill him. No interest in that. That's not justice.
And she just kind of putters over to the sofa and plunks on it. Just sipping out the beer. Shrugging. I suppose so.
Catherine's going to show me his room, but he's going to be a tricky one to find.
No, I'll help however I can.
Just see if you can find a record of him attending maybe the castle or something. I don't know.
What was his name?
Leans forward and trying to think.
I mean, you can always say insert name here, essentially.
No, I can see it. Vesrin Breeden ap Baylor.
There's a bit of a nose wrinkle. Let's see what I can find. Shouldn't be hard.
Nods.
I mean, if there's anything to find, anyways.
I'll be checking out his room anyway, so we'll see.
Unless the Wimblebots too.
I tried that already. Didn't answer me.
But the ones in the library like me a lot, and they might know something even if it wasn't recorded.
Shrug. Do what you want.
It's worth a shot.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said. Do what you want. Is Bambi observant of him at all?
I mean, she's watching him pretty close like.
There's blood in his knuckles.
She just pats the couch next to her.
What?
Like, just like the come sit next to me, pat, essentially.
Just walks over and plonks himself down. What's up?
She just picks up his hand and shows it to him.
I got in
shooting
a
him a
row.
concerned look.
I got in a row. Should see the other guy.
What for?
Just shite. Drinking and all that. You know yourself.
She's like, wait, why would I know that?
Everyone got a bit aggressive after a few.
There's just kind of that tiny little moment of kind of a grimace, like, ugh. She doesn't necessarily like violence, but it is what it is, and well, she doesn't have to like it to acknowledge that it's a thing he does. She fretted the last time he did it too when he was drinking, so no surprise there.
But Duke is gonna actually knight me, not Tintagel.
Oh, you like, oh,
Yeah.
so you'd be out of his chain of command.
Oh yeah. See? Taps the side of his head.
Oh, good. There's like a slump of relief.
Just had to sort a few things. Doing my best.
I'm sure you'll do it.
I've got some news.
Hmm? Like what?
I gave the Pearl of Grace.
I'll see the slightest bit of tension, almost anxiety. Just kind of
Part
looks
of
up expectantly at him.
part of her is back.
How
She does
much?
a lot of it. She doesn't remember, well, what me and the thing agreed to. But her mind is back, but her body's still broken.
Bet she remembers you.
She doesn't remember anything of that night, and what had happened.
But she still remembers you.
Nods. Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
There was a little black circle on her wrist.
Hmm?
When I broke the pearl, a little black circle fell on her wrist.
Wasn't it on the palm of her hand?
Yeah, sorry. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's okay. Oh, what do you mean fell on her hand?
Like it broke open and then formed a little black circle on the palm of her hand.
Like in her skin.
Nods.
Just kind of chews thoughtfully on her lip. I don't know if that means anything, except that I guess if someone knew what the circle meant, they would know that it had affected her, but
You can't tell your friend Moira.
why would I?
You just can't.
I wasn't planning to.
Good.
No, you told me how you got it. I can't tell her.
She's mostly back.
Good.
Just her body's still, you know.
I'm sure we can fix it. Time.
It'd be a matter of explaining it to her, but I'd rather explain it to her when she's ready.
So she's okay.
We've had to hide all the mirrors in the house.
It's kind of a appreciative wince.
So far, I've just been calling it the accident.
That's fair. I guess.
I'm stand up awkwardly and take a drink. Not very good at this.
Explains why you've been out so much. I'm glad she's better, though.
It's not just that.
Just kind of a blink.
Not very good at this, you know.
Good at what? You were taking care of her. You've been taking care of her. You've done a good job.
I love you as much as I love her, Mrs. O'Reilly.
There's a comical kind of deer in headlights moment. Little doers like pop up, at least chimerically. Oh, have you talked to her about it at all?
Nah, not yet. We've only kind of just really, you know.
Yeah. She
I
like
just,
reaches up one of her tiny hands, like going for his. Just
I just wanted you to know that things haven't changed.
I'm gonna let you pioneer because I can.
Sure. Empathy do I have for him? Right, it's the lightning. It's not me.
Oh,
Ooh.
sweet. Yeah. At a glance, it's a soft smile and maybe even a very could easily be mistaken for a sad smile. But with two successes, you can see past that kind of initial assessment, and it's very much so relieved. There is maybe that tiniest touch of like some sort of fear that's been dismissed that might explain why it seems offhand to be almost a sad sort of smile, but no, like he can tell past the very surface of it that she's relieved.
There'll be some awkward moments, yes, but I'd be lost without you. Just as much as Grace is my heart. You're the thing that kept it beating.
And she'll grab his big ol' hand and pull it over, and well, she's not going to kiss his bloody knuckles, but she'll still press her lips briefly to the back of his wrist.
I just wanted you to know that, you know?
I can't say I didn't worry that things would change. Not because I think any less of you, but because sometimes they just change.
Nod slowly.
And she finally, like, kind of slides her fingers, twining them between his. I'm happy they didn't. Would have hurt.
Hmm. I'm just. I'm glad I have both things in my life that make me happy again. Touches Bambi's cheek softly.
And yeah, she's like slowly approaching critical mass. There's so much relief and care.
That's if you're okay with all that.
And she just tilts her cheek into the hand. Of course I am. You already had to tell me about her once already.
I just don't want you to think, that I'm some sort of horrific guy, you know?
I'd never believe that. Sometimes you do things I don't always understand, but you're not a bad person, right? You're angrier than I am. And you solve things a different way than I do. But you're not a bad person.
Have you to keep an eye on me?
She grins despite herself. Well, someone has to remind you you have a heart. Can't have you forgetting.
It's at that moment you feel just Rides' hand softly touch yours.
Oh, she'll surrender her hands almost immediately. There's just the brief pause to set aside the bottle she was holding. Oh, if he's taking both her hands, she'll even. Actually, I guess they're both seated, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
She'll clamber onto his lap, fussing up her towel, but she'll just clamber onto his lap.
As long as you're happy. If that's what you are, of course.
As long as you have some time for me, I'll be happy. We've made it work so far.
But good, because I don't want it to change. Planted very delicate kiss on her lips.
I don't want it to change either.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we skip food? And just you and me look out the window, look up at the stars in the sky. How about that?
And yeah, she's doe-eyed hard. She can't help it. He's like gotten to the point where they've made, there's been a kiss, and so she's looking up at him very sweetly. That sounds good.
Well, come on then. Hefts her up.
And she is hefted, all but effortlessly, in her glorious, glorious towel garb. Probably grinning somewhat, tugging the towel back over, various bits and pieces.
And yeah, it's probably a good place then, though.
Yeah. As they go forth to be adorable. So fucking adorable.
Yes.
Well, very well. We will call it here. Da-na-na.